I love Africa Global Radio.
So let's proceed with conversations right here. It is the Africa Daily Show on Africa Global Radio. I am Barry Musa. My colleagues are prepped up. Hafiz is joining us, and we are about to delve into conversations right here. So, roadmap to AGR at 1 anniversary, Ghana Independence Day, 21 days of activism, Women Month. I mean, a whole lot of packages right there. That is in line with our agenda, mission, and vision. Let me start with Hafiz. Hafiz.
Charlie,
How are you?
I'm doing great.
Are you ready, prepped up, psyched?
Yeah.
The blood is boiling, eh?
Charlie.
No easy, yeah.
It's crazy in the production.
I know, right?
The production unit.
Yeah. I mean, especially you guys at the social media unit.
Oh, Charlie.
It hasn't been easy.
It's not easy.
I mean,
It's not easy.
but you know, at the end of the day, it's for a good cause, for a better cause, because we here, as an organization, are representing, people out there whose voices cannot be heard. So we understand the issue, and we are part of it, and then part of the solution as well. Try to play more of like the bridge that actually conveys these matters out to our leaders and what have you. Now, before we get into conversation. I mean, Africa Global Radio has actually exposed a lot of people, myself included, I believe you, and of course our colleagues, to a whole number of issues, that the world is faced with, as well as the goodies that are so hidden that we didn't used to know.
You have no idea.
Before we get into, how the whole, the planning is going and what have you, which area of conversation or which particular topic actually stood out for you ever since you actually joined AGR?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Before I get into the specifics of it all, but talking about AGR, AGR is one, or at least will be in the next 72 hours. Yes, if I'm not mistaken. So, I mean, it's an exciting time to be part of this brand.
Right.
Africa Global Radio, one that, that wants to redirect the conversation on Africa. There's so much garbage on Africa that we want to collect.
Has to be cleaned.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, we are embarking on a sanitation campaign.
Charlie.
That's what we're
How would you
doing
call
here.
yourself? AGR Lion? Kind of like
So the whole idea
Yeah.
is to clean up the message out there about
Yeah,
Africa
yeah.
and project what is actually right about
Yeah.
our motherland. And I'm not talking Ghana, I'm talking Africa.
Africa as a
Yes,
whole.
what it means to be African and everything
Right.
Africa. Yes, I mean when you walk through the corridors of Africa Global Radio, now you walk in here and you think you know Africa, and you just realize,
Trust me, you have no idea.
you don't even know the half of
I'm
it.
telling you. I am telling you.
You
I
haven't
am,
scratched the surface.
I am telling you.
I mean, yes. So that's the beauty of being an ambassador or a soldier of Africa
Exactly,
Global Radio.
exactly.
You get exposed.
I like
to,
the word soldier.
Yes.
Right.
You get exposed to the sides of Africa that you never thought even existed.
Right.
The brilliant sides of Africa.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in line with the celebration on 7th March, I mean, we're also marking the Independence Day
Absolutely.
of
Ghana.
Of Ghana. And when you mention Ghana and independence, I mean, not far behind, you talk about Kwame Nkrumah.
Nkrumah. Yeah.
I mean, and you're not just talking about Kwame Nkrumah. I mean, when you talk about Africa, you're talking about a lot of freedom fighters.
Oh yeah. Say
that
two
in one-
ways.
Thomas
Modibo
Sankara,
Keita, Thomas Sankara. Yeah.
Jomo Kenyatta,
Oh,
Patrice
yeah.
Emery Lumumba.
Lumumba.
What's his name?
Gaddafi.
Gaddafi.
Muammar Gaddafi.
Well, can we call him a freedom fighter?
Well, okay. That's for later
yes.
conversation. Okay. Right.
Yes. So all these guys, I mean, these guys were unique in their ways and fighting for their countries.
Right.
And the uniqueness of it all, I think, came to a point where they realized even it started with the naming of their countries. I mean, we saw Kwame Nkrumah declare Ghana, which was then referred to as the Gold Coast.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
saying that no, we are now called Ghana.
Ghana.
Yes, we saw Thomas Sankara do the same
From
for
Upper Volta,
from Upper Volta
to
to Burkina Faso.
meaning the land of the upright people.
the land of the upright people.
Right.
Some say the land of the honest men.
Exactly.
Yes,
Exactly.
We've seen Zimbabwe now, which was known as Rhodesia then.
Yeah,
Yes,
Rhodesia.
now, yes, Zimbabwe. And I think it's taken from the Karanga dialect.
Yeah,
yes, which
yeah,
means,
yeah.
large stones or something like that. Anyway, forgive
But
my
interesting
ignorance.
beats
But
forever, yeah.
So you get all this knowledge on Africa that never existed. I remember one time we were having a conversation here on, just recently actually, on Gambia.
Yeah, yeah.
At the end of the conversation, when we talked about the crocodiles in Bakau and everything,
Yeah, yeah.
Gambia made made Mami Abbas a what bucket list at the end of the
Oh yeah,
conversation.
yeah,
So
yeah.
if she's seated here and feeling that way, imagine someone listening to us and
Exactly,
what they must be
exactly,
feeling.
exactly.
Just listening to us. So
Right.
Africa Global Radio for me, it's is a platform that is
Mm.
championing, a wave of change.
Mm.
Yes, that is. I mean, and some way somehow
Mm.
we here,
Mm.
the discussants are in the front line
Yeah.
and leading the charge.
Exactly.
And it's an honor to be part of
Mm.
something as noble
Mm.
as this. It
Mm.
doesn't get bigger than that.
Wow. Great, great words right there from Hafiz Gunu. Well, before I get back to you on areas that we have actually touched, we've touched like a number of issues right here, both on the continent of Africa and that in the diaspora. Well, let me go to Epi right now, and it's all about the road to our anniversary, Africa Global Radio. Yes, yes, yes. And you're the chief decor. Yeah, so whatever beautiful, thing you see out there, arrangements, stuff, she's the,
It
is
has
it?
a name on it.
Yeah, yeah, it has the Epiphania written all over it. But yeah, let's hear you.
I think the most important thing about this whole thing is bringing out the positivity in Africa.
Yeah.
We were used to what goes out there.
Mm.
We're used to people churning out information about what they've seen on the ground without much research.
Right,
We're used to this way of thinking whereby it's like nothing good comes out of Africa.
right.
Meanwhile, we know that we have quite a number of good things. I mean, based on good news I've done,
Right.
I've come across a lot of innovations. I've seen a lot of improvements. And sometimes you see the thing and you're wondering, is this by an African?
Yeah.
Is this
Yeah.
African
Yeah.
owned?
Yeah.
You
That
know,
that question comes to
it
mind
comes to your
sometimes. Yeah.
mind. And you actually follow up and realize it actually is by an African.
Right.
It's by somebody who is looking at bringing about a change. And basically, that's what we're doing here at Africa Global Radio. It's not about the entertainment. It's about putting the facts out there. It's about not letting other people tell our story when we can actually tell our story.
Right.
And
right.
we're the best people to tell our stories, not other people. That is not to say that we're not going to admit the wrongs or the faults. We're going to do that. But we're not going to let that be our spearhead. We're not going to let that be the flags we're flying.
Yeah.
Because others are actually burying their wrongs and just flying
Championing
their
on the goodies and the glams and all of that.
Precisely. We're not going to bury our wrongs, but it's time we actually start lifting our goods and wearing them
Okay.
as crowns,
Yeah.
flying it high and bringing about this change.
Right.
And I believe this is actually going to drive change in the mindsets of people to know that Africa has got good things to offer.
Right.
You don't necessarily need to move out of it. You actually need to tap into it. And the most important place we need change to affect is in our mindsets.
Right. That's another powerful one. Make that change beginning with your mindset. You see, that's why we tell you. I mean, it's just here. Just get to this place and get exposed. Not just in-house, not just, the outside, words said by great personalities, but even in the house, one just by Epi. Okay, let me go to Mame and hear her parts in the whole journey so far and road to Saturday, the 6th of March, which is our 1 year anniversary. Mami?
Hi, Barry.
Yeah.
Yeah, Epi said something I would beg to differ. She
Oh,
said
really?
it's not the entertainment. We do the good news.
I think what
and
she meant was not
the
just the
African-
entertainment.
Okay,
I
didn't
think that's
hear
what
the
she's
gist.
trying to say.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
then
yeah.
because we are also about the entertainment.
Oh, yes.
Especially
yes.
looking at the things that they do. On
Yeah,
Arts
the
Africa.
creative arts
They
industry,
they
right?
bring artists on, they
Yeah.
bring painters on, they bring fashion designers.
Absolutely.
And a whole lot of other people on. So, in as much as it's about telling the positive stories that come out of Africa, we're also telling the art
Celebrating brilliance,
perspective
huh?
as well.
Absolutely.
And okay, so you're asking about the journey so far. My journey with AGR, I think aside after Joel, I'm
Yeah.
the oldest in the building.
Oh, so you need
Yeah, so I'll be like your grandmama.
AGR Granny.
Yeah, right.
But so my journey, I mean, Hafiz and Epi have spoken a lot about
Yeah.
what AGR is seeking to do,
To
what our
do, yeah.
vision and our mission is.
Absolutely.
And I don't think I can add to that. I'd just like to say my journey with AGR has been a beautiful one. Because before starting to work here, I mean, we hear stories about Africa and we are like, oh.
Some of us are looking to even get out of the continent. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it got to a point where, like, there's no hope.
It's like you're scrolling on social media, then you see something about Africa. Oh, this is happening here. Okay, then you just like
You just go, yeah.
move
You don't
on.
have
But it's
an
like
interest.
now,
Yeah.
I have become interested in the
Yes.
things that are
Yeah.
happening in Africa, and I've learned so many different things, so many interesting things about the continent, especially on the neutrinos, the African champions, the
yeah.
Today Remembers. It's like, and because of that, I have put myself in so many communities,
Right.
unconscious communities, that every day I'm being fed with new information about Africa.
Africa. Right. Great. Just to touch a bit on some of our discussions that we have been having here. I think the one that actually I remember very well was the migration issue we had. The topic migration.
Okay.
Where we had a conversation with I can't remember her name, but it was so revealing and interesting. We spoke to Mami Abba's cousin.
Okay.
Who came all the way from North Carolina.
Nayal?
Yeah, is it New Jersey? New Jersey,
Yeah, it was
right?
New
Yeah,
Jersey.
I mean, very interesting revelation. I mean, you see, the interesting part about the whole thing is that it's not just about the continent of Africa, but it extends to global Africans, people living in the diaspora, and the Caribbeans and what have you. So you feel connected, because you get news, we get news, what's happening in the there. Because trust me, I can tell you, 2 years ago, I wouldn't be in any position to talk about what's happening in the U.S. racism. Like, yeah, they don't like your color. That's all. But it extends beyond that. There's a whole conversation on that particular place, right? Which actually,
Migration,
yeah.
I
So
remember the conversation then.
it was very interesting.
Revealing.
Yeah, exactly, revealing.
Revealing. Yes. But personally, I think for me, the one that did it for me was the one where, well, basically, I sort of lead the conversation on the discussion zone, and I've had to research.
Yeah.
And I'm amazed at the sort of things sometimes I read.
Right.
Yes. And for me, the one that stood out was reading up on Robert Smalls.
Okay.
The slave that had the audacity to take up
The ship.
and
Yeah,
everything.
yeah.
And everything.
Guy
he did.
got guts.
I mean, I just kept reading and reading. I was like,
Yeah.
wow, like this is like a blockbuster.
Exactly.
But
Exactly. Right.
Except that
right?
it's not fiction. It's
It's
it actually
real.
happened. It
Yeah.
actually happened. So,
Yeah.
I mean, for me, that was what did it for me. Really, just reading up on him and all these other greats that for just one moment in time decided to take up the mantle of leadership.
Yeah.
I mean, Mami Abba talks about how you are more interested. I think it's not about even in interest. It's now how you become more aware of what Africa represents. I mean, things that didn't used to bother you when they say things about Africa. Now
You want to find
it
out
gnaws
and
at
make
your
meaning
soul.
out of it. Yeah.
It bothers you a lot. I mean, now when I'm scrolling through my timeline, my newsfeed on social media,
Yeah.
and I find someone say I'm visiting Africa, it annoys me so much. You're not
Yeah.
visiting Africa. You're
You're
visiting
visiting a
Ghana. You're
continent.
visiting
Yeah.
Nigeria. You're visiting Mauritania.
Yeah.
Name them.
Yeah. Because 54
What do you mean
countries.
you're visiting Africa?
and diverse cultures right there. And you're visiting that. It's like a small.
And that ignorance alone is just
It's something else.
it gets.
Yeah.
I mean,
It demands
gets me anyway.
thorough education. Well, let me go to Epi. Epi, what about you? I mean, we've had we've had a whole lot of conversations here. Africa and the diaspora, interesting topical issues we have tackled on the Africa Daily Show.
I think I'll describe it as being enlightening, and like I said, change starts in your mind. I mean, for me personally, it changes the way you think. It changes the way you look at things. Your perspective,
Okay.
your understanding,
Right.
and it gives you a good and better grip of
Right.
what you're putting out there. You're not necessarily just spewing out information or anything,
Okay.
but then you're trying to find a way to understand and make sure you let your audience understand.
Okay.
And you're able to see the various angles at which things are coming and are put out at play in the whole sphere. So, yes,
Okay.
it comes with a greater appreciation for the content.
Right. Now let's talk about the D-Day, the 6th of March. I mean, it will be also the first time we actually we'll be doing an OB, outside broadcast, where we will be outside the four walls of this room, and then reaching out to our audiences. It's not just about the core team of AGR, but we would be also having other contributors from different parts of the world. To talk about Africa Daily Special, which is not going to be the normal
Careful,
way.
don't go ruining the surprise for our
Oh, really? But it's just to let people, our audience, understand. It's not a normal day. It's not just a normal day for AGR on a Saturday, which of course we're seeking to have everyone join us on this particular day for us. But you are part of the social media. How's that going?
Well,
Yeah,
I don't know why she's laughing.
I'm surprised actually.
Why?
Is it difficult
No,
for you to answer?
No, let me answer that. Why?
Why am I laughing?
Why did you laugh?
The way he said, "How's that going?" Like he's not privy to. Like he doesn't see.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
No, I mean, that's a
Okay, so
different
you're
unit
asking
altogether.
for audiences,
That's a
right?
exactly. That's a
Okay,
different unit
okay,
altogether.
okay.
I mean, which communities are supposed to be fed?
So I'm laughing because I feel like he sees it.
No. I'm
Yeah.
not. It's a different
Like,
unit.
right now, he's thinking the third person stuff.
It's a different unit, right? Hafiz.
Really, I've suffered.
I know it shall be well.
Yeah, but it's been great. The engagement has been great. We've lined up a couple of surprises in there, and well, the Africa Daily show, is not going to
Be
take
the
same
usual, yeah,
format,
yeah.
Of course, yes. You mentioned outside broadcast. Yes, we are also going to, have a different set of, discussants on the show. Delve in deeper into the conversations surrounding,
Especially with
independence,
conversation of 21 days of
21
activism
days,
against
yes, and
racism,
even-
yeah.
Yes, starting with Kwame Nkrumah and everything.
And the Kwame Nkrumah conversation as
So
well,
if you want
yeah.
to know all the
The
sides
road
there
so
is,
far,
to Kwame Nkrumah and
Yeah.
the fights that led to independence.
Yeah.
I think, logging onto the AGR platform is
Yeah.
definitely something you don't want to miss. Anyway, so it's been great on the social media front, and
Yeah.
we are entreating our listeners to join us celebrate this day
right,
in the biggest way possible. Anyway.
great. Mami,
Barry.
you're also part of it, aren't you?
I mean,
That's the shocking
HOD
part.
has said it.
Yeah, HOD, head of department,
has said it, yeah, but
Yeah.
to add to the things that will be happening, like you mentioned,
Mhm.
there will be the Africa Daily Special,
Yep.
which we don't want to spoil. So
Mhm.
if you want to know what will be so special about
About
the Africa Daily
it,
Show on that
yep,
day,
join us.
You should join us on the 6th of March, and also there will be Arts Africa
Arts Africa,
with-
yes.
with the all ever lovely
Alba.
Alba K Supreme,
Mhm.
and then she'll be interviewing. Should we keep that a secret?
No,
as
keep that
well?
a secret.
that a
Yeah,
Yeah,
the-
yeah.
If you want
Let's
to find
keep
out
that a
who
secret.
Alba will
Yeah,
be
yeah,
interviewing on
yeah.
Africa that
It's gonna
day,
be a
I mean,
surprise, actually.
Yes.
Yep.
And I wanted to add that the 21 days of solidarity,
Mhm.
like we standing in solidarity with the 21 days of
Activism.
against racism in
Yeah.
Brazil,
Mhm.
will be hosted by our partners in the diaspora.
Yep. Very important. Very important point that you should. So that's kind of like a different phase of. In as much as we're here to merry make, enjoy and
we'll be
celebrate. One
celebrating
year.
The man who championed.
Right.
I mean, who finally did it? Who led Ghana to attain independence? We'll be looking
Yeah.
at his vision for Ghana, his vision for Africa.
Yeah.
How his vision is relevant today.
Yep.
Looking
Yep.
at what
Yep.
he wanted, how he wanted Africa to be.
Yeah.
And he because of the coup, he was
Yeah.
overthrown and everything went haywire.
So-
And how relevant it is today.
Yeah.
What if Kwame Nkrumah was still here?
What if?
What
You
if
know?
he had still ruled
Yeah.
for let's say 10, 20 years more?
How
Would Africa be right
Yeah.
now?
Yeah.
Because this is a man who wasn't just thinking about Ghana. I mean, even from
He was
his
thinking
speech,
of
the
Africa.
independence of Ghana is meaningless,
Or
to
even
the total
what
liberation,
if
yeah.
we had followed in his footsteps after?
Absolutely.
So all of these are questions that will be
Answered
answered
right there.
during
Yeah.
the discussion, the special discussion zone.
Yeah.
Which will not happen on the Africa Daily Show, but it will happen as a separate segment
Yes,
on the
yes,
6th of
yes,
March
yes,
with
yes,
very
yes,
prominent,
yes.
esteemed
Absolutely.
people who are well versed in the discussions about Dr. Kwame Nkrumah.
Right, right. I mean, talking about Kwame Nkrumah, yesterday I watched this video of what's his name again? Thomas Sankara.
Okay.
And one of the guys over there, he's a musician actually, but I mean, so well, vested in the ideologies and policies of Thomas Sankara. He says that someone asked him if Thomas was alive today, what would you tell him? He said he would simply say, "We are sorry."
Wow.
Generally, I mean, I was so touched. I had tears in my eyes. I'm like, wow. I mean,
Deep. I mean,
people who had, and you see, these are individuals that only them know exactly what they are looking to achieve, and until you follow whatever they started, I mean, you'll be off course.
that's the thing. I mean, when you check out the stories of all these freedom fighters, you realize they weren't thinking just within the borders of
Ordinarily,
their
yeah,
country. They were
yeah.
thinking a global Africa kind of thing. And so sometimes when you hear all kinds of stories flying around about one country not being hostile to one, a citizen of another country, it saddens you because you look
Exactly,
at,
yeah.
I mean, the genesis of it all, and you'd realize it varies differently. There's just no sort of link between the genesis of it and what we are seeing today. And you realize one statement the former president of Ghana made, I'm talking about John Mahama, in one instance where he visited South Africa,
Yeah.
there was an issue there with, Nigerians and everything. And he said that, these things are happening because people don't know their history.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Especially South Africa
Knowledge
and
is
Nigeria.
Yes, knowledge is
Yeah.
the only cure to what was going on. And he felt that if people knew their history, some of these things we see
Wouldn't
wouldn't
happen. Yeah.
anyway. So,
Yeah.
but-
Yeah.
But it's great. So we are championing that, and if you want to learn more about
More
not just
about
Ghana
it?
but Africa,
Africa.
this is the platform to be.
Just
anyway.
just get it. Just get on board. Thank you very much, guys, for sharing, and we will continue the conversation. The road to AGR at 1 tomorrow, Friday, where Epi would be manning affairs right here.